Hello everyone, I'm Edita Permana. In this nice occasion, I will present a presentation about an analysis of category shift in translating text from English into Indonesia in the novel The Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician Nipiu. Chapter 1. Research background. According to Larson, 1984, translation has various methods and procedures to transfer the message from the source language to the target language. And category shift is one of the type of translation. While, according to Calvert, 1965, category shift has four types of shift, namely structure shift, intrasystem shift, unit shift, and class shift. On this occasion, the researcher will only focus on analyzing category shift in translation. The object of this study is the translation of the novel The Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician Nipiu, from the source language, which is English, into the target language, Indonesia. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Now we have research problem. Based on the explanation in the research background above, the author will elaborate and formulate the main problem of this research as follows. First, what kind of category shifts are found in the novel The Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician Nipiu into Indonesia translation? Second, what is the dominant category shift found in the novel The Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician Nipiu into Indonesia translation? Then next, we have aims of the research. The objective of the research are to answer the problem as mentioned in above section. They are as follows. First, to find out the type of category shift found in the novel The Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician Nipiu into Indonesia translation. Second, to find out the dominant category shift contained in the novel The Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician Nipiu into Indonesia translation. So next, we have significance of the research. The research is expected to be useful theoretically and practically to the researcher, the student, the translators, and the lecturers. Then, we have scope of the research. This research was only focused on analyzing the four types of category shift. They are unit shift, class shift, structure shift, and intrasystem shift from the novel The Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician Nipiu by using Calvert theory. The novel itself has 183 pages and 276 pages for its translation into Indonesia. For analyzing the four types of category shift, the researcher only collected the data from the first 20 pages and the last 20 pages of the original novel and the translated novel as the representative sample. Okay, now we are going to chapter 2, Literature Review. Every expert has a different idea about the definition of translation. However, from the various definitions, we have a purpose that almost the same. In this research, the researcher used the definition of some expert that can become a reference for understanding the meaning of translation. There are some definitions of translation by experts stated by Newmark, 1988, which is translation as rendering the meaning of text into another language in the way that the author intended the text. Next, we have translation shift. Translation shift is the descriptive units of grammar of any language are arranged into meaningful stretches or patterns. One single instance of this pattern is called structure. This abstract category which applies to all units in the grammar of a language, except the one lowest in rank, accounts for the various way in which one unit may be released by the unit text below it. Sometimes, a unit may be released by a unit above it. This phenomenon is known as rank shifting. Next is level shift. In a linguistic theory of translation, Catford states that by shift of level, we mean that a source language item at one linguistic level as a target language translation equivalent at a different level. Next is category shift. According to Catford, the second type of translation shift is category shift. Catford defines that category shifts are departures from formal correspondence in translation. It means that category shifts are related with formal correspondence. Next is structure shift. Structure shift involves a change in grammatical structure between source and target text. Catford considers structure shift is the most frequent type of shift that might occur at all ranks. Next is unit shift. Unit shift occurs when the translation equivalent of a source text unit at one rank is a unit at a different rank in the target language. It includes shift from verb to word to phrase, clause to sentence, and etc. Next is class shift. Class shift occurs when the translation equivalence of a source language item is a member of a different class from the original item. It is a change in word class. Catford defined class shift following Holiday's definition that grouping of members of a given unit which is defined by operation in the structure of the unit next above, quoted in Hatim and Munday 2004. Next is intrasystem shift. Intrasystem shift refers to those changes that occur internally within a system. For example, when a term is singular, the source text, and its textual equivalent is plural or vice versa. Now, let's move to relevant research. There are so many studies about translation shift, but only a few of them that focus on category shift. The researcher takes for title as reference to the study. The first is category shift in the translation of the novel Sapphire Rose, written by Herman, 2016. The second is category shift in the translation of the novel The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho into Indonesian translation by Sari, 2022. The third is category shift in the translation of the novel Woman at Point Zero in Bahasa Indonesia, written by Tisa, 2020. The fourth is category shift of the novel Signed by Jessica Jung and its translation, written by Latifa, Bahar, and Yudin in 2022. So now we are approaching the end of our presentation. Firstly, we have research design. This research is about category shifts that are found in novel The Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician's Nephew, by using Catford theory. The novel itself has 183 pages and 276 pages for its translation into Indonesia. For analyzing the fourth type of category shift, the researcher collected the data from the first 20 pages and the last 20 pages of the original novel and the translated novel as the representative samples. Next, we have source of data. The study used a descriptive qualitative method to analyze the data in the novel The Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician's Nephew. The researcher did a post-reading to collect the data, then describe and analyze the data generating from the novel both in source text and target text. Next, we have definition of population. Population in the context of research, population refers to a specific group of individuals, objects, or events that are focus of the study. Theory 2010 explains that basically the population is a data source or set of data that is the object of research. Next, we have sampling technique. Sampling is done when a researcher just observes a part of the data. By doing this, the researcher may draw a conclusion of the research. Suhasini Arikunto, 1989, mentioned some method in choosing a sample as follows. First, random sample. Second, stratified sample. Third, area probability sample. Fourth, proportional sample. Fifth, purposive sample. Sixth, quarter sample. Seventh, cluster sample. Eighth, double sample. Okay, next we have technique of collecting data. The process of data collection was conducted by the researcher taking all data that were suitable to the criteria and supported the research question. All the data were then put in the data table. In the meantime, the data chosen data lead to the focus of the study. In collecting the related data, the researcher read the original and translated version of the title from the novel The Chronicles of Narnia, The Magician Nephew. Next, we have technique of analyzing data. In doing analysis, the researcher compared the studies of some previous research which have the same case as this research. There are: first, select words, sentences, and phrases which contain translation sheet out from the translation of the data. Second, from the sample obtained, the writer makes categorization of those sheets based on Catford theory. Third, the researcher checks whether there are shifts in translation which we taken as the valid data. Fourth, analyze the type of translation shift occurred. Fifth, analyze the meaning equivalence. Sixth, draw conclusion based on the analysis. Next, we have research instrument. The instrument in the study or the researcher herself, datasheets, and related references. In this research, the researcher acted as the planner, data collector, data analyst, and the data interpreter in the analysis result. Meanwhile, in conducting this study, the researcher also used some additional instruments such as dictionaries and a computer with related software to collect and classify the data. And last, we have trustworthiness of the data. In achieving trustworthiness of the data, the researcher conducted and analyzed several times to check whether the research results were still the same. This reliability ensures that the results represent something real. After the data and analysis were stable, the researcher consulted the data and analysis to his consultant. Here, the researcher used stability as one of the ways to gain trustworthiness. Alright, thank you for watching this presentation. Have a good day.